We are back. Welcome back to another episode of the onjpodcast. I'm your co-host, Jeremiah.
I'm in calls, Orlando.
All right, hope everyone's having a good day, a good night. Hope gas is in the car. Hope you know, or if not, hope you got that bus fare. You know what I mean? Um, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Uh, turn on your post notifications. And comment. Comment your thoughts on the video and other videos. And yeah, always about to say something.
No.
Oh.
Um,
Game of the night. I ain't gonna lie, we're like 0 for 3 this week. I ain't gonna lie. Has there been one good has there been one good game this week?
Hey, this game wasn't they didn't beat them by 40, bro. That's a victory. That's a victory. Take a victory lap.
Game of the night. We have the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Detroit Pistons in their home place at what is it? Little Caesars Palace. Yeah, Little Caesars Arena. All right, Detroit gets the win at home, 129 to 108. As always, who's your player of the game?
I'm gonna be honest with you. As soon as I turned on this game, right, and I saw the players on the court, I knew who my player of the game was gonna be, and my answer was not gonna change. Okay?
Okay,
So I know a lot of players did a lot of great things, but I chose my player of the game since the start, and I'm sticking with him.
go for it.
My player of the game is DeAndre Jordan,
Huh?
the starting center for the Pelicans, the last remaining person for Lob City.
We need to start this over, bro. We need to
Why
start this
would
over.
we start this order? Why would we start this over?
You good?
Why?
Did we watch the same game?
Why?
Z? Like what? We doing alphabet? What?
What? Bro, DeAndre Jordan, starting center for the
Yeah,
Pelicans.
I
Starting
know.
center for the Pelicans at 37 years old.
Okay. You seeing
The
like more
last
of like
the last
what?
remaining person from Lob City. He give you an efficient 4 points, five
Okay.
rebounds, and 3 assists, stuffing the
That's a
stat sheet at
that's actually great.
37.
That's great numbers in 17 minutes. I ain't gonna lie.
Come on now. Come on now. Blake's not playing. Chris Paul's not playing.
What?
JJ Redick to coach. This man out here still giving you points, bro. You gotta respect the hustle. You gotta respect the game.
Yeah, he's getting a better field work toward than CP3 guy. I'll tell you that. Jeez,
What
he's
I'm saying,
starting.
bro.
He's starting.
He's starting.
Valid.
Player of the game.
Uh, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on the drum set for real. But until that happens, my player of the game is Jalen Duren. Okay. Uh, 30 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Um, he had an incredible game. Just incredible. Uh, the type of game you expect, from your second All-Star, right? Cade's gonna miss some time. So it's next man up, right? So this is your time to kind of take over the team and, do what you gotta do for your team to win, right? And he did that. He left it all out there. Very efficient, 10 of 12 from the floor. Also very efficient from the foul lines, 10 of 12 as well. So yeah, it's about like maybe, yeah, a little over 80%. And I think he's been shooting the ball from the free throw line pretty well over the last couple of games. I think they said what he's like at 85 or something. So he's got the touch for like somebody you like for somebody that big, like you would be kind of surprised with the touch that he has, and like you would think like maybe the muscle kind of could mess with, you know what I mean, someone's touch, but he's definitely good with that, and and like you said, with Cade out, he looks a little unusual out there, putting the ball on the floor, crossing over into pull-up jumpers, very, very unusual. But I mean, you love to see it though from your all-star, right? So yeah, a great, great performance from him.
I know we've watched a lot of Pistons games, and we've seen him do crossovers, we've seen him hit those jump shots. Yet every single time he does it, I'm still amazed every time. It always catches me by surprise, and it shouldn't. We've seen a lot
Same,
of Pistons games, but it always gets me.
same, same. And both teams were like missing a little bit, right? The Pelicans probably missing their second best player. Trey Murphy was out with an ankle injury. So of course they would love to have him. And then of course Detroit's still out, still missing Cade. Duncan Robinson was out. Isaiah Stewart was out as well, Beef Stew. So yeah, both teams were missing a little few players, but Detroit still got it done. There's a
You, you
couple of
know,
different. Oh, go ahead.
you said Duncan Robinson was out, and I just gonna give a shout out to Kevin Huerter because
Talk about it.
he went into that spot that you would normally see Duncan Robinson in, and he filled it so well. 22 points, 9 of 14, just an automatic bucket. Um, and obviously that's something the Pistons need, just a bucket.
Yeah.
So I think he fit in so well, in that spot while Duncan was out.
No, for sure. And I think well, first of all, I ain't gonna let you slide, bro. What was the DeAndre Jordan? Is there like, is that an inside joke? Like, what's going on with that?
Bro,
We're
why,
supposed to be, we're supposed to be like a legit podcast, like legit NBA
bro,
analysts,
bro, bro,
and you
bro,
gonna
bro?
bring
Listen,
up some.
listen,
I love DeAndre Jordan. Don't get
listen,
it twisted. What is he vegan? Like you going vegan? Like what are
listen,
we like? What's happening?
listen, listen. Why would I say Jalen Duren when I knew you were gonna pick Jalen Duren, right? Okay.
Okay, okay.
The point here that I'm trying to make, right, is that everybody's gonna have Jalen Duren as the player of the game. It is our duty, our job, to talk about the players that make an impact, but most people were not gonna see that impact. The impact of being 37 years old and starting on this team, while the rest of your old team, who were everybody said was better than you, is retired right now, and you're still hooping. I think is very impressive. We got to give the
Actually,
man his.
I have a follow up to that too once you're done as well.
Okay, go ahead.
So he had a strong start. Now I'm not talking about DeAndre Jordan, but there is a rookie on that squad that did have a strong start to the season. I haven't been keeping in tune with the Pelicans because they haven't really been that good this year. But if you know who I'm talking about, Derek Queen. So he had a strong start to the year. Clearly, maybe something's not connecting, because maybe you would think that he would get that starting role, over maybe a DeAndre Jordan who's like you said, 37 years old. Do you think there's maybe a problem? I don't want to say a problem. Do you think there's maybe a problem with Derek Queen, or maybe he's not ready? Like what? Like why? Like because you would think that. I mean, even he is 6'9". Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you would think maybe he's your rookie center. Maybe you want to kind of give him, some good playing action. I mean, clearly y'all not making the playoffs, so why not put him out there, get him used to starting a little bit, just to kind of, get his feet wet for year two. So, what do you think is should he have been in the star lineup or yeah, like what are your thoughts on that?
Well, first off, I don't know if you maybe have the stats out in front of you. I don't. Has this been a consistent thing where DeAndre Jordan's been a starter? Because I don't think it's consistent. I think
I mean,
has
and
it
he
been?
and Queen's minutes haven't really been that much either. So last game, DeAndre Jordan, I believe he so last game, I believe they started Herbert Jones at center last game. DeAndre Jordan didn't play at all.
Ha!
So that is so that's and that was against the Knicks and they lost by
Even
five. So now
even more reason why he's the player of the game for me. He went from not playing to he was game ready for the next game. Come on now,
all
man.
right, respect. But no, like serious though, like this is your son. Like this, you used a high draft pick on this rookie. Like you used a 13th pick on him. Like why? What? I mean, like there's got to be a problem, right? Like there's got to be something's not clicking. Because he's not really getting minutes, and you're playing DeAndre Jordan over him, and like there's got to be something. Maybe it's the defense. Like maybe he's not committed on the defensive end. Like I don't. It's got to be something.
So my first thought um was maybe the size in terms for this game when you go against Duren. Um, Maybe they wanted to get a feel what you could do with Duren out. Obviously, you can't do anything because the man was going absolutely crazy.
He gave
Um,
Zion problems. He gave DeAndre Jordan problems. Derek Queen, like nobody was guarding him tonight. It don't matter. I don't even think Jokic, like, I mean, Jokic's not a defender, but I don't know who's a big defender, like a center defender. It's like really, I don't know.
um,
Miles Turner, like, I don't even know if Miles Turner would have did anything with him. Like, I mean, he was just that good tonight. Like, I don't think nobody would have did anything with him. Oh, but what are you about? My bad for cutting you off.
but that was just one of my thinkings, the size. Um, the other one, which doesn't make a lot of sense, would be he's still a very raw rookie at times. Um, he plays with a lot of energy, and I think he has he can develop very well because you can see what the type of energy that
Yeah.
he gives it all out there. Um, but maybe I don't know. Maybe they're trying things. Maybe they think he's not ready for. I don't know if he's how many games he started this season, but maybe they're trying things. Maybe they don't think they want to give him that role so early. Um, Maybe they know he's not gonna be the future starting center, and they want to get him used to being like the first player off the bench or something, being their bench player. Because long term, because of his size, I don't know if he's the long term solution for them. Um,
Mm. You don't think he's a long-term solution? Interesting.
so
Okay.
in terms
I
of a
think
starting
it's
center, because then that means you got to go against Duren, you got to go against Jokic, you got to go against a healthy Embiid. Those are tough players. So.
so he started 45 of the 72 games he's played this year. So he's only come off the bench 27 games out of the 72 that he's played. So I
Mhm.
think he's played in every game this year, pretty much. It's
Or
got to be
maybe,
something on the
or
defensive end.
maybe the
Uh-huh.
most logical thing here, right? The Pelicans don't know what they're doing.
Fair. That's fair. Is David Griffin still is he still the guy that in charge? General manager?
That's a very good question.
I
That's a
believe
very good question.
I believe so. Should be. But yeah, no, I think yeah, he still is.
He's still
Wait, no. Oh no, he said Rose. No, it said most recently. So I think he's not. Somebody else is then. Um, but I think there's definitely something there. Um, because I would have loved to see him like I mean at this point just give him some minutes, and see what you got, coming off that bench. But also I mean it's New Orleans they did look a lot very undisciplined, watching them. It seems like they were just able to players are just able to do whatever they want, like on the offensive end. You know what I mean? Just
Oh,
take whatever shot that they want. Oh, you found something?
Joe Dumars.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right, right. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, it seemed like yeah, there was just no flow, really. I thought and correct me if I'm wrong, like DeJounte Murray, right? Uh first of all, it's great to see him back as well, after, he was out for a long time with his injury. So great to see him back hooping. Um, but do you think, and maybe I'm wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong, but do you think there's moments where like he's on the ball too much? Or is that just him being a point guard, you got to be comfortable with that. Because when you have Zion Williamson on the floor with you, I feel like as a PG, like I would think like that's my top priority. Like I gotta figure out how to get him the ball. Because Zion's too good, like way too good, right? Like there was two instances I saw, like, the first, I believe it was the first, like I think Zion was barely involved, like the first 4 minutes of the third quarter or something. Like I barely saw Zion touch the ball, and this is coming out of halftime. So like you telling me there's no plan to get Zion the ball coming out of halftime, like coming out of a halftime break, like so and I don't know if that's on the coach or if that's on DeJounte, but like I did see like DeJounte is very ball dominant though. As a point guard is, I mean that's normal for a point guard, but even so, like I feel like Zion, like you could have pushed for Zion to get some shot, like set him up for some shots. You know what I mean? Or even let him bring the ball up a little bit sometimes too. Like, I'm curious your thoughts on that.
I don't know if I want to focus too much on it being Murray's fault.
Okay.
Um, More as I feel it's more on coaching's fault.
Okay.
The fact that Zion only had 13 shots, I think is awful. If you want Zion, it's technically should be a number one option here. To
Yeah.
only give him 13 shots, I don't think your game plan is working very well. Whatever you have planned. Um, he had 13. Let's see.
And
Murray
he was
had
efficient
15.
too.
Bay had 15. In 15, Zion had 13.
Mm.
Who else had? Quinn had 13.
And
So
I
it's
had
like,
another question about Murray too, but yeah, keep going after.
yeah, I just feel like it's coaching. Coaching needs to do better. I'm also, I don't know if the coaching is the right fit. Um, this is a coach that, he was the Hornets coach, wasn't he?
Yeah. James Borrego? Yeah.
Yeah. The Hornets weren't doing too hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
All I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe they need another coaching change. Um, because I just didn't see it. You watch this game and you wouldn't think Zion is their guy.
Yeah. That's the problem. And that's the problem I'm having. Yeah. Like he's way too talented. He was an efficient 8 of 13, you know what I mean, from the floor. And that was just off you know, him just being active and like and them getting them the ball when he needs to. Like this could have been like if they really and I'm not saying force feed him, but just make him a priority. That's what I'm like. If you made him a priority, this is easy, maybe like a 40-point game for him. Easy. And then that's why, like, I was saying maybe it's DeJounte, right? Because DeJounte is very, like, he seemed like he was very comfortable with his shot, right? Like, he's very comfortable initiating his shot, even though he was 5 of 15 from the floor, right? So now, and this was the question I wanted to pose to you about DeJounte, right? Because if a player now I'm not saying he's not talented. Like I mean everybody in the NBA is talented, right? And like DeJounte has had a season like, where he's averaged 20 points a game. So he's a good scorer, right? But like as a PG though, when you have the ball probably 80, 70 to 80% of the game, maybe 60% of the game, right? Which is pretty you have the ball pretty much most of the game and your shot's not falling. Like, would you rather him? Should he have been looking for Zion more, or just looking for teammates more, or deferring a little bit more and then get into the flow? Or or do you like the fact that he doesn't lose confidence in his shots and still puts up those 15 shots? Even though he missed 10 of them. Like what's your what do you think about that?
He could put up 15 shots, just get everybody else involved.
Right.
I feel like, because he's talented enough where, you know, he could drive and create that distortion that they need for him to kick it out to somebody, for a
Right.
good shot. And I saw one or two positions where he did that, and I was really impressed with the way he handled it, and I want to see more of that, um,
For sure.
from him. But then that also makes you wonder, how is the offense running from a coaching's perspective? Is he set up in a place where, he could make those type of necessary plays? You know,
That's a good point. Yeah, so I mean, it was tough to watch, because I mean they're not. It's not like they're it's not talented team, but it wasn't the best offensive performance from them. I mean defensive as well. You can argue as well, but yeah, there's definitely some work that has to get done there. And I mean just to add another point, like Kevin Huerter, and not to say like Kevin Huerter is like a like not a good basketball player. Not, I mean, everybody in the NBA is a good basketball player, right? So, like, not to say he's not that, but like Kevin Huerter getting 22 points, like that can't happen. Like, Duren is gonna get his numbers. Like, Duren is for sure gonna get his numbers. He's an all-star. Like, there's nothing you could do about that. No, you threw Zion at him, you threw DeAndre Jordan at him, you threw who's the other person? Derek Queen at him. You threw all your bigs at him. It didn't work. But like you gotta be able to kind of like Kevin Huerter shouldn't go off for 24 points. Like that shouldn't happen. So I think just from a defensive integrity, like you gotta have a little integrity to just kind of shut all the other options down. And that may not be on the coach. That just sometimes that may just be on the players. Like, yo, we can't let him go off. Like he's averaging 9 points on the season. Like we can't like we know Duran, like let Duran go off. He's gonna get his numbers, but we gotta shut down all other options. And sometimes that's just maybe just about pride, like taking some pride in on the defensive end. So yeah, that was definitely tough to see for sure.
yeah, I agree. I briefly want to come back to the Pelicans real quick.
Hmm.
Um, because they do have a player, right? Well, last I checked, I don't think he's injured. Coach decided not to play him, right? If I'm correct, he's not injured. Jordan Poole
Hey,
is
I
still on the
told
Pelicans.
I forgot about him.
Last I checked, I tried to check because I was in the middle of the game and I was like, I don't think he's injured, unless
That's
my
a great
reports
point.
are wrong. But that
That's a
man did not play a second in this
that's a
game.
great point.
Completely out of the rotation. When you're losing by like 20, it's kind of unbelievable.
Yeah, it can't be that
Unbelievable.
bad.
Unbelievable. You're losing, throw the man in. Just throw him in.
Yeah, that could mess with your value. Shoot.
That's what I'm saying. He's getting paid the max. That I
Yeah.
think the Warriors signed up to that max, and then he became a
Hmm.
traveler. Everybody trade him, but I mean, like, put him in the game. Try to get some value out of him. Him sitting on the bench, you're not getting any type of value from that man. I mean,
Yeah.
whether you're not trying to win games, the season's over at this point. Just put him in. Try to get his confidence up, his value back up, so you could do something with him if you want to trade him or
I
maybe
totally
incorporate
forgot.
him, but do something.
I totally forgot about him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I totally forgot he was on the team until you
Yeah.
said something. That is wild. Jordan Poole did not get no minutes. He didn't get no camera time or nothing. I did not see him like I didn't see him on the camera or nothing.
Nope.
Yeah, like he a scrub or something too. Like he don't hoop for real. Yeah, that's tough. I don't know what the Pelicans are doing. Um They need some pieces for sure. I don't really know if they really need pieces. I just think they need an identity. Like I think
Yeah,
they have talent. Like you got DeJounte Murray at point, like if he could kind of get off the ball and maybe set up Zion a little bit more, then you have a very, very young, talented guard and that has no fears, you know what I mean, off the bench. Like you have him, you have, Derek Queen. Like you've got some pieces. I think they need a center for sure. Like
they
maybe a
definitely have a ball center.
like a big center, maybe. Yeah, something like that. And then also, I think you gotta prioritize Zion. Like you have to. Like he literally carried them. I don't remember what was that playing that game against the Lakers. It was the play-in, I believe.
Me?
Uh, yeah, like he literally carried the Pelicans in the play-in game past the Lakers. He had like 30 or 40 or something like that.
I
Like
also
that's
feel
the.
like I feel like
Hmm.
the Pelicans since drafting Zion haven't had an identity.
Yeah. Who's that on though?
The owner of the Pelicans,
Hmm.
the owner of the Pelicans at this point. Because how do you
Like.
go from getting so lucky to get the number one pick that everybody wanted so much because everybody wanted Zion, and you don't
Mhm.
capitalize on that? I think it's you're missing out on a lot.
And by you say identity, since they got him, they haven't had no identity. Are you saying they haven't like really correctly built around him, like committed to building around him?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't
And
think.
that could also, oh, go ahead.
I think in both sense in building him in terms of the pieces around him. I think right now they got some nice, potential pieces. But I also don't think the coaching is there. That could maximize Zion to what Zion could be. Um,
Yeah.
and I just don't feel like they have that identity that shows like these are who the Pelicans are.
And then also like it was tough too because it was a lot of Zion. It was a lot of drama surrounding Zion. You know what I mean? Like you would see him in the news just for everything outside of basketball, just a whole bunch of stuff that got nothing to do with basketball, and even the injuries as well. So that didn't help. So then it's like it makes it hard to kind of build around him when he wasn't really available as well from an injury perspective. And then even when he's back from the injuries, there's just non-basketball distractions that's coming in. So it's like you it's been a rocky relationship for sure. Like it's been rocky since it hasn't been easy for sure. So I wonder how long that will like how long that lasts. Like I wonder how long do you keep it up?
Yeah, you bring up a good point with his injuries and all the stuff that he's had early on in the season. So they get a pass for early on in Zion's season, but I feel like ever since he signed that contract where it specifically said you have to be like this weight and play
Hmm.
this many games, I think he's gotten better since that contract because now there's money tied to it. So now he's
Exactly.
putting in more effort. And I feel like that was your opportunity to see that he's putting in the effort and kind of invest in it. And I don't think they've done it so far
No, for
to the
sure.
extent that they should.
For sure. Yeah, but shout out to Pistons. Great win. They definitely I mean, Pelicans did start to make some runs, but I think, Pistons were very, very resilient. I think I noted like they had like a couple of like 15-2, 15-3 runs. I know they had one to end the second quarter, so which was good for them, and then they had one to kind of start the fourth quarter. So they kind of start the fourth quarter on another like 15 to something, like 15-2 run. So when you have like that's definitely the signs of a good team. You're missing your best player, but you're still able to kind of gather up some runs, back to back in the same game like that. That's like that's what you want in a playoff team for sure. So and they're very well like they have a very good roster. Like their roster is well built. I mean, like they've got like good role players that could like provide sparks on any given night. And then you've got like a good group of starters. You've got defenders, like you've got shooters, like you've got toughness, like you've got everything you need, and So that'll be good just to see how they do, especially with the expectations. Oh, and I don't know if the expectations are high, but I mean, I guess you're the one seed, so I guess you expect them. Yeah, I guess there are some level of expectations, but with them being the one seed, I'm curious to see like how they handle themselves in the playoffs, and how that goes for them. Sure,
Yeah. The Pistons have an identity. I
they
think
do.
which has
They
gone
do.
a long way for them. From the early days of them really struggling, to what they've been able to build now. I think it goes a long way for them. And just the fact that they're missing Cade and they're still going at 110 full speed forward, I think it's a lot. It's a lot of credit to them for what they've been able to build there.
Oh, for sure, sure. That was great. It was great seeing. Oh, he's one of my favorite guards, probably since his days at Houston. I don't know. I like seeing Marcus Sasser play. Like he's a very good player, and it's good to see him get some time, especially with Cade being out. Um, and like he was kind of one of them under the radar recruits. Like I didn't know who he was coming when he was at Houston, but I think he was like a 2 or 3 star coming out of high school. So kind of from Texas, so kind of one of those under the radar guys. But it was great seeing him being able to hoop. Finally get some pick. Especially Jenkins with the play of Jenkins and Cade, and then like Cade being out kind of opened up some minutes at that point guard position. So great to see him out there hooping as well. Detroit, man, they're good, man. They're good. They're like really good. So and like you said, they have an identity. So yeah, I'm excited. Excited to see what they do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You got anything else?
Actually, I think the NBA just recently approved. It just came up to my head, but they approved expanding. I think they're adding two more teams. I don't know
Las
if you
Vegas, right?
know that. Well, potentially Las Vegas and Seattle.
It
I think
seemed
it's
like a done.
whoever brings up more money or offers more money. They're
Vegas,
thinking
Vegas it is.
they're well, it's two teams. So whatever two teams offer the most money, they're thinking it's gonna be in around the $7 to $10 billion range.
What do you mean offer the most money? What does that mean? Like, that's how much that ownership group would have to pay to join the league? Is that what they're
I
saying?
think, yeah.
Lord, sheesh. Shoot, they gonna need underdog CEO, DraftKings CEO. Um,
Because I feel like if maybe the way it works is technically the NBA makes the team, incorporates the team, so then it's a property of the NBA, and then NBA has to sell it to the highest bidder. I think is how it.
mm, yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, it's exciting. I just I don't know. I wonder. I don't. I'm trying to see like would that increase the competition? Like I'm trying to see what that would do
More
because we kind of
opportunities for more guys. There's some people whose third stringers can be starters on other teams. Um, so maybe
yeah.
they could be starters on these two
So I
teams.
think I want to see like I think competition needs to be like com- like defense. Like I want to like I don't. I'm trying to see if like will that like will another like adding more teams like will that create more of a defensive problem or like what I mean like or less of a defensive problem. You know what I mean like
To
will
be
that? 'Cause I think that's kind of more so the thing. I mean, I guess you get to expand into Vegas. I guess from a business perspective, it's cool. You get to potentially get introduce a team to Vegas and then get back to Seattle. But yeah, I think I'm curious to see like what that looks like what that would, because I mean, I think it's bigger problems than just adding 2 more teams. We'll see though. It's exciting. It's cool though.
yep,
See
something
two
to keep
potential
an eye out. Something to keep an eye out. The league expanding.
for sure. For
The
sure.
game's getting bigger.
No, it is. It is for sure. Well, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment your thoughts on the game and your thoughts on, Orlando's player of the game. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next video. We out.